All right. So today joining us, we have Yvonne from Creekside Winery. How are you doing today, Yvonne?
I'm great. I'm sitting outside enjoying the nice weather. It's been a good day.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Can you tell me a little bit about where Creekside is located, please?
Yeah, so we're in Jordan, Ontario, very small town, sort of between St. Catharines and Vineland, just off the QEW. Yeah, we're about a medium to small size winery, and we generally focus on Sauvignon Blanc and Syrah, but of course, we got to have some rosé too.
Definitely, definitely. And I hear that you have a new rosé. Is that right?
Yeah, so we are just about to release our 2021. This is our Pinot Noir Rosé. Show you the bottle here.
Oh, wow.
So this is 100% Pinot Noir from our Queenston Road vineyard. And really meant to be like a nice sort of delicate, refreshing style of rosé, because there's lots of different ways that you can make it. And we really kind of fell in love with this style.
And how did you come up with that style? Like what made you choose that way of making it? Like have you made it in a different way in the past?
Yeah, in the past we've used Cabernet Sauvignon or Cabernet Franc, and we've kind of done like the saignée method, which is where you bleed off some of the juice from a red tank kind of before it gets started into ferment.
Oh, wow.
And that's really great too, and we love that style. It makes a much bolder, bigger style. We were just kind of falling in love with that delicate profile that you get from the Pinot Noir rosé, a little bit lighter on tannins and a little bit more elegant and softer in style. So we started to do that a few years ago, and it kind of stuck. It's just what we've kind of gotten into lately.
Awesome. And I guess the customers love it too.
Yes, definitely. It's very popular.
Amazing. So you think like that there's a lot more like acidity or less acidity in this one, would you say?
The acidity is about the same in both. With rosés, when you're making them, you have to think about tannin, right? Because you're making it with red grapes. And so the flavors that you want to extract and the color that you want to extract from the skins is also going to extract some tannin. So the longer that the juice is in contact with the skins, the more color that you'll get, the more flavor sometimes, but also more tannin. And so we're trying to like find the right balance. And when we're going with Pinot Noir, it's a little bit of a lighter red wine grape. So it naturally kind of lends itself to that more elegant style and is a little bit easier to work with the tannins and to make kind of more of that pale style of rosé.
Awesome. Very
Yeah.
cool. Good to know. There's so much to know about rosé that I would never think. Like it seems like a really complex kind of wine to make.
It's definitely complex, but I think like honestly, it doesn't, you don't have to think about it too much. Rosé is my like, drink it all year round, but it's my summer go-to and pairs with everything and is just fun to drink. You don't have to think about it too much.
Awesome. And is there anything in particular that you really like to drink with it?
Yeah, so gosh, okay, you could do almost anything with rosé. It's a very food friendly wine. But I generally like to have it in the summer with like a charcuterie plate. There's a really great local place where I'll get some meats and cheeses and some like fancy tin fish and olives and pickles and stuff, and just kind of, sit around with your friends and enjoy kind of a snack together in the afternoon. But honestly, you don't even need food with rosé. It's you could sit in the sun and enjoy it that way, or think about like something like a cedar plank salmon. Something on the barbecue is great with rosé too. Sausages, like you almost can't go wrong. It's like if you're not sure what to pair with your food, just grab some rosé and see what happens.
Awesome. I love it. So it's the most easygoing one, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome. Well, I'm so excited. We'll be able to find your rosé at the Savvy pop-up shop, correct? On the 26th?
Yes, I believe it will be there.
Awesome. I'm so excited to get to try it myself. And especially since it's so new. So that would have been from the batch from last year, right? The grapes from last year?
Yeah, so this is from 2021 vintage. So one of the first wines from that vintage for us to release, which is really exciting.
Awesome. Well, I'm really excited to try it. I'm sure it'll be amazing. And maybe I'll even have to try the charcuterie board with it since you recommended that so highly.
Yeah, there you go.
And just another question about where you're located. So Vineland, Ontario, that's a real place.
Yes.
Because I've seen it on a lot of bottles, but I wasn't sure if it was like a made up location.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the perfect name for wine country. So we're not located in Vineland, but we're very close by in Jordan. And sometimes it gets missed if people are focusing sort of on the Niagara on the lake side of where the wineries are. But there's some really beautiful wines that come out of that area. You know, you're kind of up towards the escarpment and the bench, we call it. And you can make some really beautiful, elegant, complex wines from that region. And there's a ton of wineries within there to explore.
Awesome. And if people were trying to decide between Niagara on the Lake and that region, what would you tell them to make them go to that region? What would you say is like the deciding factor between the two?
It's so hard. I wouldn't say like not to go to any of the regions.
Right, of
but,
course.
You really
what
kind
makes it stand out?
You get that small town feel where we are. And it's, you know, a lot of farmland. It's a lot of sort of like that rustic vibe of being in the country and, you know, sitting next to a vineyard and really just enjoying, you know, the scenery around you. And, you know, there's some really small, local, interesting restaurants to enjoy and wineries, of course. And the wines, you know, speak for themselves. It's a great sort of spot for things like rosé and Riesling and Sauvignon Blanc and Chardonnay and Pinot as well. So sort of like the more elegant styles of wine from this region.
Great. Well, I think I'll have to come check it out this summer. Sounds amazing.
Sure.
Thank you so much for your time today, Yvonne. Cheers to a great summer of rosé.
Cheers. Have an awesome summer.
Thank you.